apathetic towards the electoral process. There's no way for the youth to participate in mainstream fields like oil and gas, banking, and so on. The youth are actively excluded from those fields. And so we just created our own way in tech.
Informed analysis, reliable, accurate.
We actually advocate you get your eyes checked at least once a year. When you go for an eye check, the routine things they do for you is to check your visual acuity. Visual acuity is how good you see. A lot of us don't actually know that we don't see so well, but because, like I said earlier, we can count money, we think we're doing very well.
Your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is the glass ceiling on hard facts.
What should you know about periods? On the glass ceiling, we discuss ways to destroy invisible obstacles that prevent women and girls from achieving social, economic, cultural, and political equality in our society. And today, we're talking about periods. How are periods an obstacle? Well, first of all, the needless stigma around periods is an obstacle. It's stopping many women and girls from getting proper advice, proper information about their health care. It's stopping the public from having meaningful policy conversations with government. So today we're breaking that silliness. And we're going to have a mature conversation about menstruation. And here to talk periods with me is a public health expert. She's been on the show so many times. She is sort of our resident public health expert on women's health. And today she's going to also be talking to us about this, answering your questions. So if you have questions, please go ahead and give us a call. I'd love to hear all of those questions. Dr. Chioma Wakama Akano, good to have you on the show. Good evening. Hello, Doc. Can you hear me?
Hello, Sandra. Good to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
All right. Lagos, like I said, we want to hear from you as well. If you've got questions about periods, go ahead and give us a call and ask them. Chama, I have to start with the very first question. You know, why is there such a stigma and taboo around discussing periods?
Okay, I think that's that's a really straight way to start the show. I can't give a personal or holistic reason why this is the case. I think it dates back years. It's something that is well rooted in our culture and also religion. You know, I think even our parents might not know where it originated from. But one thing I can say is what we see in the society is an offshoot of our cultural and religious backgrounds. So over time, there's just been this mentality about periods. In Africa, for example, many societies or many cultures see periods as something unclean.
Right.
They associate it as an unclean thing.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even go too far. Not just unclean, some see it as unclean, some see it as something that shouldn't be said out loud, you know, something that has to be discussed discreetly, very secretly. Don't let your neighbor know about this. You know, something holy. If I must borrow from where I'm coming from, I'm Igbo. So I'm an Igbo girl in Nigeria. And I know growing up, the Igbo translation of periods, which I learned as a doctor, because if you are practicing in the East, of course, you have to communicate in a language they understand. I remember one of the things I learned is if you want to say periods, is the translation is nso. Nso also means holy, right? So you want to ask someone, when last did you see your period? You say, when last did you see your nso? That's then being nso last. Let me say it in Igbo. So that's it. You know, so it's quite easy for you to just commonize it. But I remember discussing it with someone, and I'm like, Nso means holy. And because you've already started calling something holy, it affects the behavior of everyone in that particular society, their attitude towards that particular thing. So I think it's well ingrained in our, it's something that you can't, I don't know who wants to start changing the definition, the Igbo definition of periods right now. You know? So it's already something that we are living with, it's stuck with us. So that's, it dates back. That's what
it really does, because I remember that in some cultures, when women are on their periods, they are taken away from other people. In some cultures, they're not allowed to make food that their husbands will eat or the general public will eat. They had to wait to a different hut. So you are right that and it's global. It's not just an African problem. It's a global problem. Like, different cultures just had like very interesting beliefs around periods, interesting discriminatory practices around periods. Well, now we know that they're discriminatory, but back then I don't know what must have been going through their minds. But do you think it's changing? Are you seeing any change in this? Because you are the public health expert, Dr. Chioma. Are you seeing any change in this?
Yes. How be it slowly? Yes, there is a lot of change.
Is this just in the urban areas?
In the urban areas, yes, of course, it will start from here, because one of the major tools in changing these beliefs is education, which is readily available in the urban areas. And
right.
Yes, we now have to also take it over or take it down to the rural areas.
Right.
In a way they can understand. So there's been change, especially with the advent of social media or digital media, because one thing that digital media has done is that it gives you information at your fingertips. It makes information readily available to you and accessible. So people get to learn more about periods. It's something that it cuts across every social class and every educational class, because I've come across people, women who have had children, women who are over 40, women who are well educated, women who have PhDs that don't even know the most basic thing about their bodies, And we can't talk about period education without talking about comprehensive sexual education, because it's also part of it. So while there's been an advent of accessibility to information, there's also been this wave of education, health education, comprehensive sexuality and sexual education. And so people are learning more about their bodies. So yes, there is change. People are beginning to realize that this is nothing but a normal biological process. It's as biological as I am hungry, I'm thirsty, I want to urinate, so that's biological. There's nothing spiritual or so traditional about it. Because even in religion, some religious centers or some religious societies say women shouldn't come into the churches or to their centers or their religious centers whenever they're on their periods, because it's an unholy or an unclean thing. So when they finish cleansing themselves, they can now come into the congregation to worship. I don't know if that still exists, but I'm sure that exists in some
some
religious societies.
In some religious societies, you're not allowed as a woman on while menstruating to come into like a place of worship. Back in the day, you couldn't go to a shrine if you were menstruating. Like it was a lot. It really was a lot. What do you think can be done to get rid of this taboo?
I think the very first thing, because the primary level of prevention is education. So the very first thing is to educate. If you want to abolish a people's mindset about a certain thing, you have to let them know the correct way to do it, and importantly, how and why they should be doing it. So you don't just say, don't see this as a taboo, or this is not a taboo, this is not unclean. Explain to them how this works. Because I've realized something, it's very easy for people to mystify things they don't understand. So when you don't understand how something works, it's just easier for you to just call it something, just mystify it and, call it something mythical, something spiritual. My village people are after me sometimes because you don't understand the process of how it works. So when we let people understand that this is biology, okay, this is how it works in biology, this is how you are the same with the next woman, or this is how you're different with the next woman, this is why you're experiencing these symptoms. People begin to associate certain symptoms they have. They won't even know they were symptoms. Because that's one of the things that this
taboo and hush causes. Yes, you don't know that what's happening to you is absolutely normal.
Yes, you don't know that what's happening, and you don't even know that what's happening to you is something that happens to the next woman. So two women are sitting down together, but you don't know you're going through the same biological process.
Right.
So even the mothers don't even tell their daughters what they go through. All they just know is, oh, you have seen this. Shh, don't tell anyone. Come inside the room. Okay. So some people are even told to stay in a particular room till so and so. In fact, you said something about it not just being peculiar to Nigeria or Africa. According to a research by the UNICEF exposed that about 48% of girls in Iran and 10% of girls in India believe that menstruation is a disease.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's something global. It's not just limited to Africa or Nigeria. So there's still a whole lot we need to do
on the subject.
People understand that. So education is the primary level. We need to not just educate on social media or talk in, have these discussions, maybe in places where people are enlightened. We should take them to where the people are. Who are those who are in most need of this information? So we go back to the rural areas, we go back to the religious centers, we go back to community centers, we go to those places, the markets, we go to unions, let people know that this is quite basic. Go to schools, because that's like the primary level. I remember for most of us, I'm sure you can even relate, and people listening can relate, or someone listening, or or people listening can relate that. For most girls, speaking for myself and people have witnessed, growing up, when you see your periods for the first time, it's that thing like, oh my God, you just immediately have this. I won't call it responsibility. It's more like, okay, yes, now I'm grown up, I'm a woman, now I have to start keeping things to myself. This is one of the things I need to start keeping to myself, and then there's that thing about when you remove your pads, this is how you dispose, don't let another person see, and then there's this secrecy encourages shame.
Yes, so it does, because there's also some shame that comes with you having your first period.
That comes with it.
Yeah,
then imagine the heartbreak of you going, we had those experiences of a girl walking, and then both girls, and not just girls, boys are laughing, and they're wondering, why are people laughing at me? And then someone points at your skirt, and then you check and you're stained, and another wave of shame envelopes you. You're like, oh my God, I'm stained. I remember talking with someone who said, oh, I don't like that girl, she's dirty. And he was talking about someone he knew in secondary school.
Okay.
Why do you say she's dirty? You don't stay in the hostel with her. You went to a day school. So what do you mean by she's dirty? How do you characterize dirty? And he said, I just remember one time that she just stood up and then there was just blood over her skirt. She started asking for cardigans, take off it. It was just so disgusting. I'm like, that's what you call dirty. The fact that she was stained by a normal biological process. And this is a boy who doesn't even understand how this works and how this is common, because you can't be too careful, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you can't.
Everyone can relate. You can't be too careful, no matter how padded up you are, no matter the tampon you use, anything can happen. Leakage can happen anytime.
Right.
So,
right.
Just this culture of shame. So in education, we should also include the boys. That's what I was driving at.
Right.
It's not.
Which is why I'm glad that my phone lines have been going insane, and it's mostly the men calling. So at least they're listening. So I'm glad. But I want us to. I know we've what's the word I'm looking for now? We've essentially landed right in the middle of the subject, right? But I want us to walk a bit back and start at the very basics, because I need people, especially men, to understand that this is a very natural process, which is why I love that you've been repeating over and over, Dr. Chioma, that this is a natural thing. It's as natural as breathing, as natural as feeling hunger, as natural as wanting to sleep. I love that you've been repeating that over and over and over. So I'm going to ask you a stupid question, Dr. Chioma. Why do women get periods? What's happening in my body when I get a period?
Okay, so it's not a stupid question at all. it's a very basic question, and it's going to help us understand our bodies better. So women see their periods because both for the men, or the boys and the girls, at some point they come to a period called puberty. So puberty is mostly controlled by hormones. These hormones have always been there, but then they just increase in quantity. And of course, when there's an increase in quantity of hormones, they begin to alter some processes in your body. This is just me trying to be basic and understandable. So for a woman, when she comes to the age of puberty, there are certain hormones that come to play, and they kind of activate organs that have always been there in the body. I mean, the woman has the ovaries. The female reproductive system is made up of the ovaries. You have the uterus, or the womb in Latin, what you call the womb, the uterus. There's the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, then down to the cervix, which leads out through the vagina and all that. That's the female reproductive system. Now, women see their periods when they get to puberty. And the reason you're seeing your periods is because there's a process before the period called the ovulation. Ovulation is just when the eggs in the female body mature. So when they mature, the body is waiting for fertilization naturally. If fertilization does not occur, I'm going to just try to be relatable and use layman Nigerian terms.
Okay, but also be keeping it PG friendly, because we're still...
Sure, I will. I will.
Thank you.
No, sure, I will. So the ovaries are mature, or the eggs are released, waiting for fertilization. And when fertilization does not occur, it's more like, okay, goodbye, see you next time, or we try next time. So that goodbye, we see you next time, it's it happens after a few days following ovulation. So it's more like it's shedding. Those everything that happened in the woman's womb to prepare for,
to get ready, all the sweeping of the house, all the cobwebbing that she cobwebbed. Oh, we're getting ready for baby's about to come, we're getting ready. Perfume everywhere, fold the bed sheets, plumb the pillow, then baby doesn't come. Cut you, useless woman. How could this baby come? There's that shredding everywhere.
I'm telling you, I feel there's just nothing that explains it better than you did, because the body is getting ready for something that does not occur. So it's more like, okay,
now.
Let's go.
Bye.
Bye. See you next month. So that's basically what the period is.
Yeah.
It's nothing too deep.
Yeah.
It's nothing too deep. So that clearance that is happening when the woman is bleeding, it's not just blood.
Yeah.
It's not blood per se.
Yeah.
It's both. Is the shedding of the uterine lining, because during that time the uterine lining is thickened, it's padded up, so that if there's any possible fertilization and implantation is needed and needs to occur, it has a good landing. It can really implant. So when that doesn't happen, there's a lot of shedding. So those uterine cells and all, they're things that you see that come out of the woman. So it's not that the woman was dirty and then her body says, oh, you are dirty, let us clean you. It's not a cleansing. It's not a cleansing at all. So it's more like fertilization did not occur, so the body is shedding,
just getting rid of what it doesn't need.
What it doesn't need at the time. So
it's the same way you shed hair, because we all shed hair.
Yeah.
We all shed
And
skin.
skin
We all
cells.
shed nails.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just it. When the body, even urine, it's like no. That's
Yeah,
why I say it's
urine
just
is
like
shedding.
urination,
Mm-hmm.
urination and excretion.
Yeah.
That's your body saying, "Oh, I don't need this waste materials.
Yeah.
Goodbye."
Okay.
I don't see somebody saying, "Oh, I need to use the restroom," and I'm like, "Oh, that person is unclean. Don't go near." I don't do that. Don't do that. So if that's so normal to you, why can't you see periods as normal? Is it because it's a particular set of people that get it as against the other? No, that I don't think that even makes sense. So I think that's the simplest way I can explain
what it is.
And,
all right. Dr. Chioma Nwakama is a public health expert. She is, she's been in this space for quite a bit, and we're going to keep talking to her. But first, I think we have a break coming up. Okay, I thought we had enough time to take a hype or two, but I do have to hand you over to the alphabet lady. She's got information to share with you. So when we come back from this break, we're going to keep talking with Dr. Nwakama. Lagos has been calling me since we've been talking, Dr. Chioma, like the men's line on fire. So I would also love to take your questions. Go ahead and share them with us via WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. There's also, of course, Twitter at Nigeria Info FM, Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. This is the Glass Ceiling on Hard Facts.
It's 2 minutes alphabets and African names with Auntie Norma.
Great to be with you today. It's alphabet and African names with me, Auntie Norma. Let's see what we have on our 2-minute adventure today. Oh, the clock's already ticking. Better move on. Let's meet Camera, a boy from the Gambia. Camera, can you say that? Means teacher. Maybe Camera will teach you and me a thing or two today. Camera is watching a caterpillar crawl on his computer. Wow, soon this caterpillar will turn into a, you know what? Yes, a butterfly. Someone else is crawling out of a carton. Can you guess who this might be? Begins with C. 3-letter word with A in the middle and T at the end. Yes, cat. Well done. And well tried if you almost got that right. And now my clock's ticking away. Tick tock, says the clock. What you have to do quick. Quickly got to say bye-bye. Did you spot the C in the clock? Bye-bye.
And that was 2 minutes alphabets and African names with Auntie Norma.
This is an infomercial. In the heart of Lagos. News, talk, and sports. Only on one dial. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Make you believe I will plenty. You say if you follow enjoy the wonderment of the FIFA World Cup for Qatar with Coca-Cola. Summer any Coca-Cola product we get white cover. Check under the counter. You go see simple code. Dial *8014 *1 code hash to join. Make yourself get chance jollificate for free. You fit win a with all expense paid trip to the FIFA World Cup for Qatar. Hey! Even 250 million naira gidigba airtime also dey to win. Instanta. Terms and conditions dey sha o. Coca-Cola na the official partner of the FIFA World Cup. Na FCCPC approve this promo.
Listen to this to understand the amazing power of 5G. Oops! Sorry, I played that at 5G speed. Now, here it is at a speed you're used to.
With hyperfast internet speed, low to zero lag and buffering, multiple connections, and quality data sharing, 5G will give us amazing things like remote surgeries, self-driving vehicles, smart homes, 2 gigabytes per second downloads.
Get ready to experience the incredible. And remember, no be juju, now MTN 5G.
You're welcome. Next person.
Oga John, how far?
Madam Naja, I'm fine. How's your son's leg?
It's better now.
Yeah.
But what are you all doing here in the hospital?
We came to collect our second dose of COVID-19 vaccine.
COVID-19 vaccine for your pregnant wife. How?
Sorry, madam, if I may interrupt you.
Auntie Nurse, feel free.
Thank you. You see, pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers are top on the list of those who should get the COVID-19 vaccine because it will protect them and their babies from getting the virus.
And that's why I brought my lovely wife to get her full protection. Oh, I see. It's her turn. Madam Naja, follow no road.
Madam, try and get the vaccine yourself. By doing so, you protect yourself, your son, your whole family from COVID-19. Madam, that organ knows the right road. You know, go follow who no road.
My name is Dr. Chinonso Egemba, the Aproco Doctor. The COVID-19 vaccine is a sure and verified way to protect you and your loved ones from serious sickness and death from COVID-19. Simply walk to any healthcare facility near you to get your COVID-19 vaccine for free.
Under the moonlight, where only prying eyes can see, a king's bride is spotted with someone who isn't the king.
In the thick of the night, when drums and singing pierce the air, a man has chosen his desires over his duty.
In the dungeon of fright, where unspoken things happen, a young boy decides to gamble with his dreams.
3 stories tangled with hard choices. Watch Anikulapo, The King's Horseman, and Far From Home on Netflix. Nollywood is home.
Get 70% off!
Say what? 70%?
Everyone loves massive discount because it either helps them save money or get more from their budget. But sadly, every day isn't Christmas. Unless like me, you've got to have the higher Thermocool Gen Power Inverter Air Conditioner that helps me save 70% on my electricity consumption. I even enjoy multiple ACs when I'm on Gen. That's less bills and more comfort every single day. So, what will you do with your 70% saving?
Get the higher Thermocool Gen Power Inverter Air Conditioner. That's a whopping 70% electricity saver. That's less bills, more comfort. Higher Thermocool, always there for you.
We know it's lunchtime. No need to hide from your landlord this month. Get ahead of your rent with the MoneyPal app.
Sure you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber Energy Drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy, go around tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy, go around tell somebody. Say, what are you waiting for? Yeah, now you can do more because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you. No need to go too far, you can find it where you are because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you.
Amber Energy Drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
Who's ready for the second edition of Pulse Influencer Awards? Remember last year when we hosted your favorite storytellers, creators, innovators, and influencers from across the country? This year, we're going even bigger. Brace yourself for the biggest night in Nigerian award show history. Coming to you this October. Be prepared. Pulse Influencer Awards is coming. Pulse Influencer Awards 2022 is proudly sponsored by Showmax, Crocs,
and supported by Trace, MTV Base, Pop Central TV, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Silverbird TV, and Rhythm FM.
There is a new way to move around Lagos. From Lekki to Oshodi, from anywhere to everywhere. The Anaya app. With Anaya, you can book your nearest ride with just a click on your phone. Schedule a pickup for anytime, anywhere. Track your driver on our live interactive map or even share a ride pool to save on travel costs. Try Anaya and you won't go back to your old ways of moving around in Lagos. Get your first ride for free using the promo code FIRSTRIDE. Download your free Anaya app today from Google Play Store or Apple Store or visit anaya.com. Anaya is spelled ANAYER. Anaya, the power to move.
Imagine if the world revolved around you and you could do anything, like even make this ad go faster.
I'm going to buy my first car this year.
Or maybe slower.
I'm going to buy my first car.
Or even tell second to none. And the best part is, you decide the pace. Set the pace for a great life with a reliable trading partner that makes the world revolve around you. Download the OctaFX trading app now. OctaFX, focused on your goal.
Imagine trying to cook a quick meal after a long day, only for gas to finish. Or just as your conversation is starting to make some.
Your call credit has been exhausted. Please recharge. Or
don't get cut off when it matters most. Switch to Airtel Postpaid today and enjoy more calls, more data, and SMS for as low as 3,000 naira. Visit any Airtel store to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Do you buy diesel in large quantity? As a wise businessman, I'm always open to solutions or services that save time and money. With Galuli Advanced Solutions, I'm able to increase efficiency and reduce operational cost in my line of business. At the click of a button via my laptop or mobile devices, I can monitor the amount of diesel in my tanks, regardless of the number of locations. I also get real-time alerts via emails, SMSs, and scheduled reports on diesel supply, consumption, and drops in my tank, which helps to aid informed decisions on amount to be paid for what was supplied or stolen when on or off my locations. Isn't that great? I'm getting real value for my money. For further inquiries, call 0907 000 3023 or 0907 000 3026 and 0907 000 3015. You can also visit our website at www.galuli.com.
Jenny baby, this one wey you dey shine teeth like this, nobody go know say dem just serve you breakfast.
Which breakfast? I've moved on. When I'm enjoying better discounts at select stores with my Keystone Pink card, I'm attending lifestyle events, networking, and raising my game. All thanks to my Pink account. So you see, my dear, last, the only thing serving me right now is the Keystone Pink account, oh.
And there's more. Enjoy a 2% discount on business loans, free capacity building and mentoring, and access to Pink network platforms when you open a Pink account. Visit the Keystone branch nearest to you or call +234 700 2000 3000 to get started. Keystone Bank. We grow together.
Oh, lunch. Guys, I'm going for lunch. Please, put more stew. Nice meal. My chest.
Suffering from heartburn and indigestion? Try Just Eat. My recommendation for the past 26 years. Just Eat is a brand of aluminium and magnesium hydroxide and simethicone. Just Eat is available in suspension and tablets. Remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
Jested, now available in new packs. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read leaflet inside.
You summon the oracle now. Greetings, my king. How can the oracle serve you? You will tell me the secret to your power. How did that keke move without a driver? My secret is the power of 5G. Tell me more about the power of 5G. With hyper-fast internet speeds, low to zero lag and buffering, multiple connections and quality data sharing, 5G will give you amazing things like remote surgeries, self-driving vehicles, find and loads at 2 GB per second, smart homes, instant language translation, and so much more. 5G's amazing technology will change the way we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible. And remember, no be juju, now MTN 5G.
Push am dey go, not tire until that your hustle blow. La Casera, make nothing stop you.
Mommy.
What is it?
I made it. I had 260 in my job.
Wow. Here is a lifetime opportunity. The proprietor of Dominican University, Ibadan, offers scholarship to incoming 100 level students to mark 10th anniversary of late Reverend Father, Professor Joseph Kenny, OP. Offer opens from September 1st to October 28th, 2022. Enroll today. For inquiry, please call 0703-805-0100 or 0703-958-7413. Visit Dominican University Ibadan website www.dui.edu.ng. Dominican University. The future is here.
your seat feeling is back. Because big winnings are back on BetKing with boosted odds, cash outs to celebrate your wins early, and accumulate a bonus on your selections. What are you waiting for? Bet on BetKing.com and get the football feeling back. That feeling? That's BetKing.
This is what goodness tastes like. Golden caramel, creamy buttermint, and rich coffee. There's a Cadbury candy for every moment.
Introducing Cadbury Caramel Candy, Cadbury Coffee, and your favorite Cadbury Buttermint candies. Now there's lots more to share and enjoy.
Oh yeah, there's a Cadbury candy for every moment.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Before we keep talking today about periods, remember it's the glass ceiling, and on the glass ceiling I'm asking, well, what should you know about periods? I've got a public health expert on the show with me who is answering my questions, Dr. Choma Wakama. And, for the next couple of weeks, we are going to focus a lot on women's health on the glass ceiling, because women's health can be an obstacle, an invisible obstacle that stops women from achieving social, economic, cultural, and political equality in our society. We're talking about periods today because there's this needless stigma around periods, and that can be an obstacle because it's stopping women and girls from getting proper advice, proper information about their health care. It's stopping the public, yes, you, from having meaningful public policy conversations with the government about periods. And I'm so glad that we've spent the first half of this show focusing on the stigma, why there's stigma, what to be done about it. And we've also told you basically what periods are. Before I come back to Dr. Choma, I've got information that I think you need to hear.
Yes. So I know we're talking about periods, but let's talk about drinks this time. So call the squad
They
and
help
tell
periods,
them.
by the way.
They do. So call the squad and tell them drinks are on you this cocktail week. You know why? Because from the 14th all the way to the 22nd of October this month, courtesy of MasterCard, you get to create more priceless moments with mixology at its finest and signature cocktails, specially curated at the best bars and restaurants right here in Lagos. For details on participating restaurants and bars, please visit the website. It's www.lagoscocktailweek.com. So when next you're out, please ask for the MasterCard cocktail menu, pay with your MasterCard, and trust me, you're on your way to something really special.
All right, here's something also special. Lots of calls, lots of messages, lots of questions. I'm going to start taking some of them because, my God, where does the time go when you're having a great time? So, Dr. Choma, let's start with this question here. This message here is... Oh, no, hold on. Okay. Sandra, Nso in Igbo does not only mean holy, it also means forbidden, which I think is why it is called Nso in Igbo. That's Chijoke with that message there. Otumba says, let parents educate their girl children about how to use ovulation or menstruation applications on their phones. The moment they've reached puberty stage, just keep sanitary pads available for their use. A day before or after the expected date is critical. Let the girls keep the pads in their school bags at all times. Well, thank you very much for your message. Here is a message from Ike in Abulegba. Abulegba also talking about the Nso thing. Okay. We've got someone else who says, Dr. Wakama, please, at what age does a lady start experiencing these changes or process? Dr. Wakama?
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra. I think from the Nso thing, yes, I actually forgot that part. There are two phases to it. So it could mean holy, it could also mean forbidden. Yes, so they are correct.
Yes, they are.
Which actually even further buttresses our point. So why do you call period something forbidden?
That is forbidding. Something that causes your birth is forbidden.
So it's even deeper than holy. All right. about the question, when a woman
When
or
does a lady
girl
start
starts.
experiencing these changes or these processes?
Okay, so the first time a girl ever sees her period is called the menarche, and ideally, of course it starts during the teenage years. So usually from ages 11 upwards, 11 to 16. So after the age of 16, we start to get a little bit concerned. So you can now probe further. So that's why when some parents come to the clinics and they say, oh, my daughter is 14, she's yet to see her period 15. We say, okay, just observe till 16. If that's still the case, then we would investigate further. So so while it starts from age 11, there's something we call precocious puberty. So precocious puberty is early puberty. So there are actually some children, and this is something I think, if that's the only thing people take home today, I'm fine. This precocious puberty, because I've seen a lot of cases where they, when you see your period at the right time, they're calling it unso, right? Now imagine you seeing it at age 8. So it's more like something has to be wrong with this child.
Some people say, oh, okay, or oh, she's spoiled.
Exactly. Exactly. They say, oh, this
so for those who are not Igbo, Omagunwoke means that she has started having sex. She's sexually active. Yes. And that's a lie.
So when the child is like 8, 9, and or even bringing it closer, she has started. Some children 8, 9 have developed breasts and all. They start saying exactly what you said. Oh, sexual activity. She has started. Men have started touching her. She has started. Those unnecessary things. And we're talking about a child who does not even understand what is happening
to their body. Yes.
So precocious puberty is a thing. So if a parent has a child who starts experiencing early menstruation from ages 8 going upwards, maybe 8, 9, please just go to the hospital if you're confused. If you're ever in doubt, just go to the clinic. Don't subject your child, because one of the things that we've seen in such cases, which is mind-boggling, is I have cases where some people advise, it always comes that way, they advise you to give your child this herbal thing, this concussion, so that it will cleanse your child and stop it and dry up. I've heard people say it will dry up the blood, and because it's not meant, there's just a whole lot. And when they start ingesting all these herbal things, or they are applied on them or infused into them, several crude methods I can't even go into, or is it breast ironing and the like.
I'm sorry, breast what?
Oh, don't worry, that's a topic for another day.
Oh my God.
Yes, they try to iron the breast in Nigeria here.
To go back inside?
To go back inside.
Now, to be clear, it is absolutely normal, right, for some girls, because it's a minority of girls that this thing happens to, right? Yes. So it's absolutely normal for some girls to experience their periods as early as 8, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Why I say they should also go see a doctor if you're in doubt, that if it's that early, is in some cases it could be some case of hormonal imbalance. So but one thing we know, it's biological. It's not something unclean, something mythical, or something spiritual, or something that needs to be taken care of with crude methods. It's absolutely normal, very normal for a child to see her period that early. It can be very normal. So please, parents should take note and always be supportive.
And then, of course, if the child is 13, it's not too late. If it's 14, 15, they have up until they're 16 before you can start worrying that the child has not seen their period, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, what I always advise, if you're ever bothered about anything at any time, just go see your gynecologist, see your doctor first. They would, because we treat on a case-to-case basis.
That's right.
This person's case is different from the other person.
That's right.
But your first line of action should not be a non-clinical or something, a non-medical or non-informed approach.
Right,
please.
right.
That's what say. Yes.
Okay. Always see a doctor, Dr. Wakama says. Before we come back to Dr. Wakama to take more of her thoughts on more of your questions on our WhatsApp, I've got information to share with you.
Yes, guys, I have got continuation of the gist I told you the last time about confidence. Yes, so if you have ears to the ground, you know that when you hear confidence, the only name that should come to your mind is the Sanlam brand. Yes, so it is no longer news that FBN Insurance is now Sanlam Nigeria. So did you know that Sanlam is the largest insurer on the African continent? You see, I'm sure you want to learn more about Sanlam. So listen, Sanlam is a diversified financial service company founded in South Africa with a strong presence in 33 countries on the African continent and a presence in India, Malaysia, and selected development markets. Sanlam is a purpose-led organization with all efforts centered around helping customers live with confidence. And of course, that is not all. Sanlam also promotes financial inclusion, transformation, and empowerment through its broad product and financial advice offering, intrusive culture, and partnership approach. So Sanlam also has proven a track record of delivering superior value to clients, employees, shareholders, and a broader society, focusing on protecting customers' wealth and peace of mind and empowering them to live confidently. So you can now see why FBN Insurance have chosen to transform to Sanlam Nigeria. Remember, Sanlam, live with confidence.
Thank you very much, Sanlam. Now, of course, next week we're going to have Dr. Wakama back to we'll talk about as pregnant. Something that long. However, it really 2 days. What the dream of personal life had the woman's goal is